I want to be able to... Should I have done that? Hi, welcome back to the vlog. Sorry, don't know what happened, out of focus. Anyway, the review of these mouthpieces, the D'Addario Reserve mouthpieces, are here. Yes, there's a bit of reverb added. I like it. If you don't like it, you don't have to put a comment on. You could always just go and make your own review. Anyway, let's skip on back to the vlog. I just want to give a general catch-up to those of you who watch my vlog regularly. Thank you so much for sticking with us. Thank you, as I said on Monday, for getting us over 1 million views. I have a very big weekend ahead in London, and this stuff has just arrived. We've had some extra gear in for the shoot, which I want to be able to... Should I have done that? 400mm lens. There we go. I had one of those last year. Took some really amazing pictures. So I'm going to use that Canon 5D to do all this B-roll which you're about to see now. So full disclosure, I am not being paid by D'Addario to make this video. This is my own personal review. And second disclosure is, whilst I am a professional saxophone player, I predominantly spend 90% of my time playing jazz. I do kind of in a year 10% of classical stuff, which I tend to always play on alto. So these are just the alto mouthpieces that are coming out soon. The D'Addario Reserve Alto Sax Mouthpiece. Now, as a teacher, having something that can take on the famed Selma Soloist mouthpiece or the new Selma Concept, which is what I am playing for classical gigs at the moment, it's fine saxophone mouthpiece. Is what the market really needs. So these D'Addario Reserve mouthpieces have got me really excited. So these D'Addario mouthpieces are milled. They're from solid rod rubber, they're not molded, and they're using D'Addario's computer control technology. They've been designed by experts and they've worked with a group of professional classical saxophone players in the States. Now, if you watch my review of the D'Addario tenor mouthpiece, you'll know how well they did that. They got that right. That is a fine. The Select Jazz tenor saxophone mouthpiece is the best mouthpiece you can buy, bang for your buck, as they say in the States, anywhere. It's a superb piece. These D'Addario Reserve Alto mouthpieces come in 3 models of 3 different facing. There's a tip opening of 1.45, 1.5mm, and a 1.5mm version with a longer facing. Slight issue for me, again, you'll know if you watch some of my other mouthpiece reviews, I do like to have a very thin tip on my mouthpieces. I just feel in the old mouthpieces, they all have this extremely fine tip. A lot of modern mouthpieces, quite a thick tip, and I just find that the thinner tip has a bit more response to it. Having said that, I'm not blowing it yet, so we shall just see kind of what comes out. Okay, they're all using the same D'Addario's Grand Concert Select reed with a... The facial recognition on my camera isn't working. With a Rico H ligature which is what I like to use. This is basically the same with my classical stuff. The one criticism I've got of these mouthpieces is I normally play it on the D'Addario Select Jazz on the alto when I'm teaching. All mouthpiece manufacturers should get together and just make one consistent size of barrel to go on the cork. I'm sure if you play the saxophone yourself, it's a constant source of frustration if you're switching between mouthpieces, is kind of what goes on with the nat cork, but hey ho. So this one is the DO150 1.5mm with a long facing, okay? So slightly longer facing on this one. So my reaction to these D'Addario Reserve mouthpieces is a huge big thumbs up. First of all, intonation is almost flawless on them. In fact, I was blowing them flat slightly because I'm so used to playing other things flat. Secondly, they make this very, very lovely but quite bright sounding Yanagisawa W010 sound almost like an old Busha or something like that. They've got a really dark tone to them if you want to put them out, but that's very subjective. And I can hear the comments coming, that doesn't sound dark, Dan. To me, feeling it, and I've not heard it back on the microphone yet, possibly it may not sound as dark as I think it does, but certainly it gives the impression. It's very responsive. It's very easy to play the low notes, the whole range is very, very easy to play, and the sound is very, very close to what I want for a classical mouthpiece. It's got that kind of, you've got so much in there, so much sophistication within the mouthpiece itself that I feel like I could get anything out of it. I mean, let me just give it a my good old Dan's kind of full-on mouthpiece test. So if I try and play something very, very straight in the middle, pianissimo. Really responsive, a bit more edge to it, but still classically based. Let's try a bit of jazz on it. So I think this mouthpiece is going to be ideal for students who have, say, broken through grade 5, who are looking to do the later grades. The intonation is a big, big plus point. The response is superb, and the sound is exactly what you want. You've got so much control in there. It's definitely something that's going to blow the Selma Soloist out of the water. I think it's more responsive than the Selma Soloist. I'd like to try it for a bit longer before I make a judgment with it against the concept, because the concept really has taken my heart when it comes to alto classical mouthpieces, but this is, even just after 15 minutes, half an hour of playing it, is already starting to make me think, D'Addario have done it again. This is a great follow-on mouthpiece to the Select Jazz mouthpieces that they've brought out recently. Now, I have a lot of classical recitals coming up next year, and also towards the end of this year, so I'm going to be doing a lot more alto playing, a lot more practice, which will give me the chance to kind of of pair off this against the concept, and I'll have to make a decision because I can't play both mouthpieces at the same time. Thank you very much for watching this review vlog. Please leave us a thumbs up. It makes a huge difference to me. Makes me know I'm making the videos that you want to hear and watch. Don't forget to check out my last vlog episode here, and this one is not what I was doing last year. This is a very special film I released yesterday, and I was shooting this time last week in France. It's a video about a soldier of the First World War and being on the exact spot where he was killed 100 years later. So thanks for watching. I'll see you really soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.